The year is 1348. A plague doctor stands over a dying man. His leeches fail, his prayers fail. But in the corner, an old woman crushes purple flowers into amber liquid, lifts a dropper, and places it under the man's tongue. Hours later, he rises. Legend? Maybe. But for centuries, healers trusted one tool that modern people rarely talk about anymore. Tinctures, alcohol-based herbal extracts, concentrated, fast, easy to carry, and in some cases quicker to absorb than capsules or tablets. Today, you are going to learn 10 of the most powerful tinctures in traditional herbal medicine, what history says, what modern research suggests, and why these plants still matter. Some support immunity, some calm pain, some help skin heal, some may ease sleep, mood, allergies, and recovery. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button. What you are about to hear sits at the crossroads of folk medicine, herbal tradition, and modern plant chemistry. Pay very close attention to number 5. And number 8 may completely change what you keep in your first aid kit. Let us begin. Number 1. Echinacea purpurea tincture. Your immune system has an alarm bell. Echinacea may help ring it faster. In the late 1800s, R.H.C.F. Mayer made purple coneflower famous after learning of its use from Native American healers. Long before supplement stores existed, Echinacea was used for wounds, infections, and the first signs of a cold. Modern research is mixed, but several reviews suggest Echinacea may modestly reduce the risk of catching a cold and may shorten its duration when taken early. Why does it matter? Because Echinacea contains alkylamides and polysaccharides that appear to influence immune signaling. Herbalists often prefer a fresh root tincture, especially at the very first scratch in the throat. Traditional use was simple: fresh root, strong alcohol, thyme, and patience. The Lakota used it on wounds. Other tribes chewed the root for tooth and throat complaints. Modern relevance: air travel, cold season, classrooms, offices, crowded rooms full of coughing strangers. Used early, Echinacea is one of the best-known herbal tools for helping the body respond before a simple sniffle becomes a full week of misery. Number 1 helps your immune system move faster. Number 2. St. John's wort tincture. For years, people were told depression was just a chemical imbalance. The truth is far more complicated. Ed. St. John's wort has been used for centuries for low mood, emotional heaviness, and what older texts called nervous exhaustion. Ancient physicians wrote about it. Medieval herbalists prized it. And by the 1990s, modern researchers were studying it seriously. Clinical trials have suggested that St. John's wort may help mild to moderate depression, in some cases with fewer side effects than standard antidepressants. Its best-known compounds, hyperforin and hyperracin, appear to influence serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine pathways. Traditional herbalists favor a fresh flowering top tincture, made when the plant is in full bloom. The oil turns red. The tincture becomes a deep medicine chest amber. Why do people still care about it? Because many want mood support without the emotional flattening, weight changes, or sexual side effects they fear from other options. But this herb comes with a serious caution. St. John's wort can interact with many medications, including birth control, blood thinners, transplant drugs, HIV meds, and some cancer treatments. Powerful plant, real effects, real interactions. Number 2 is one of the most studied herbal mood remedies on earth. Number 3. Milk thistle tincture. Your liver works every hour of your life, and modern life does not make that easy. Alcohol, processed food, medications, environmental toxins. Over time, all of it adds up. That is why milk thistle matters. For centuries, herbalists used it for liver and bile complaints. In modern times, its star compound silymarin has drawn serious attention for its antioxidant and liver-supportive effects. Milk thistle has even played a role in medical discussions around mushroom poisoning, though emergency treatment in those cases belongs in the hospital, not at home. Research suggests milk thistle may support liver enzymes and liver health, especially in people under metabolic stress. The proposed mechanism is impressive. It appears to help protect liver cell membranes, reduce oxidative damage, and support repair. Traditional use focused on the seeds. Modern herbal products include capsules, extracts, and tinctures. People often turn to it during periods of heavy medication use, after long stretches of poor diet, or as part of a broader liver support routine. It is not a free pass to abuse your body, but it may be one of the best-known herbs for supporting the organ that filters modern life. Number 3 is the classic liver support tincture. Number 4, Nettle tincture. Seasonal allergies can make you miserable, and many over-the-counter antihistamines leave people foggy, dry, and half awake. Then there is Nettle. Yes, the same stinging weed people rip out of their gardens. Modern studies suggest Nettle may help with allergic rhinitis, likely through effects on histamine pathways, mast cells, and inflammation. Traditional herbalists used it for far more: joint discomfort, spring cleansing, mineral support, and even circulation. Fresh nettle stings because of tiny hairs loaded with irritating compounds. But once processed into tea, food, or tincture, that sting is gone and the plant becomes something else entirely. One of the most useful herbs in the Western tradition. Herbalists often prefer young spring leaves, harvested before flowering. In tincture form, nettle is easy to take and simple to keep on hand when pollen season hits. Why does it stand out? Because it may help calm sneezing, itchy eyes, and runny nose without the same level of sedation some people get from older antihistamines. A weed? Maybe. A powerful allergy ally? Absolutely. Number 2.4 may calm allergies without brain fog. Seen 4 tinctures that can support the body in ways most people never hear about. But the next 5 are where this gets really interesting. Number 5 is a forgotten pain herb. Number 6 is legendary for skin repair. Number 7 is one of the most famous antiviral berries in the world. And number 8 might change the way you think about first aid forever. If this is opening your eyes, hit subscribe right now, because what comes next is the part most people have never been taught. Let us continue. Number 5, wild lettuce tincture, Lactuca virosa. Pain sends millions of people to doctors every year. And too often the answer is stronger drugs, stronger side effects, and stronger dependence. Then there is wild lettuce, sometimes called opium lettuce, though that nickname is far from perfect. Historically, its milky latex known as lacticarium was used for pain, restlessness, and coughs. Early physicians wrote about it. Folk medicine kept it alive. And modern phytochemical research has identified compounds like lactucin and lactucopicrin, which may contribute to its sedating and pain-relieving effects. Some lab and animal research has been promising. Human evidence is still limited, but herbalists continue to value wild lettuce as a traditional remedy for occasional pain and tension. The tincture is typically made from the plant near bolting, when the white latex is most noticeable. It is intensely bitter, one of those herbs you feel before you even swallow. Why do people care about it now? Because many are looking for pain support that does not immediately push them toward heavy pharmaceuticals. Important caution. Wild lettuce is not a substitute for emergency pain care, and plant identification matters. Misidentification is a real risk. Still, as a piece of forgotten herbal history, this one is hard to ignore. Number 5 is the pain tincture most people have never heard of. Number 6, Calendula tincture. When skin is damaged, you want 2 things at once: protection and repair. That is where Calendula shines. Calendula has a long reputation in traditional herbal medicine for cuts, scrapes, irritated skin, and slow-healing tissue. Modern research suggests Calendula extracts may support wound healing, fibroblast activity, inflammation control, and local skin recovery. In plain English, it helps create an environment, NT, where skin can repair itself. Traditional herbalists often use the bright orange flowers fresh, turning them into oils, salves, or tinctures. In first aid settings, Calendula is especially valued for minor wounds, irritated skin, and post-inflammatory healing support. Why do people love it? Because unlike harsh antiseptics that only attack microbes, Calendula is prized for being both gentle and pro-healing. It has been used on cracked skin, minor burns, diaper area irritation, and post-procedure skin support. Many herbalists consider it a must-have in any home apothecary. One key note: when alcohol-based tincture is used on broken skin, it can sting. Many people prefer diluted applications or calendula-infused oil for more delicate tissue. Still, few herbs have earned a reputation quite like this one. Number 6 helps damaged skin repair faster and better. Number 7, elderberry tincture. Every cold and flu season, the same question returns: what actually helps? One answer that keeps showing up is elderberry. For generations, elderberry has been one of the most famous herbs for winter illness. and modern studies suggest it may reduce the duration and severity of flu-like symptoms, especially when used early. Its deep purple color comes from anthocyanins plant compounds studied for immune and antioxidant effects. Some researchers have explored elderberry's role in viral attachment and immune response, which helps explain why it became so popular in seasonal herbal protocols. Traditionally, people used syrups, decoctions, wines, and tinctures made from ripe berries. Many herbalists still prefer tincture for convenience and shelf life. But there is one thing you must know. Raw or unripe elderberries, leaves, and stems can be unsafe. Proper preparation matters. Why is elderberry still a staple? Because it is one of the few herbs that crossed over from folk remedy into mainstream wellness conversations without losing its old reputation. It is not a miracle. It is not a replacement for medical care when breathing gets difficult or fever becomes serious. But as an early-stage seasonal remedy, elderberry has earned its place. Number 7 is the berry tincture people reach for when winter hits hard. Number 8, yarrow tincture. Bleeding has terrified human beings for as long as humans have existed. And for thousands of years, one plant kept showing up in battlefield. Medicine, village medicine, and folk first aid. Yarrow. Its botanical name Achillea millefolium comes from the legend that Achilles used it on wounded soldiers. Whether the story is literal or not, the plant's reputation is ancient and widespread. Modern research suggests yarrow contains compounds that may support vasoconstriction, tissue toning, and local hemostatic action. Traditional herbalists have long used it for minor cuts, nosebleeds, and superficial wounds. In tincture form, yarrow is often used topically, not just internally. A few drops on a cloth or compress has made it a classic first aid herb in home apothecaries. But let's be clear. Heavy bleeding is an emergency. A plant is not a substitute for trauma care, stitches, or an ER when a wound is serious. So why include it? Because for minor bleeding and everyday first aid, yarrow remains one of the most respected traditional herbs in the world. Kitchen knife slips, small cuts, field scrapes, garden accidents. This is exactly where yarrow built its name. Number 8 is old school first aid in a bottle. Number 9, Burdock tincture. Your skin is often the messenger. When something deeper is off, the skin speaks first. That is one reason burdock root became such a famous traditional remedy. For generations, burdock was called a blood purifier, an old phrase that today might be translated as support for digestion, liver function, elimination, and inflammatory balance. Herbalists used it for acne, dry, irritated skin, sluggish digestion, and long-standing skin complaints. Modern interest focuses on compounds such as arctogenin, along with burdock's traditional reputation for supporting detox pathways and inflammatory balance. The root matters here, especially the first-year root, harvested when it is still strong, moist, and nutrient-dense. In tincture form, burdock is often used consistently over time rather than as a one-time quick fix. Why do people still love it? Because it works from the inside out, not by covering the skin, not by numbing the symptom, but by supporting the systems that influence what shows up on the skin in the first place. Acne, eczema tendencies, rough, inflamed skin. Burdock has been part of that conversation for a very long time. Number 9 is the classic inside-out skin tincture. Number 10, chamomile tincture. Insomnia is not always a sleeping pill problem. Sometimes it is a nervous system that forgot how to let go. That is why chamomile has lasted for centuries. Most people know it as tea, but in tincture form, chamomile becomes more concentrated and, for many, more practical. Modern studies suggest chamomile may help with mild anxiety, sleep quality, and relaxation. One of its best-known compounds, apigenin, appears to interact with receptors involved in calming the brain. Traditional cultures used chamomile for restlessness, digestive upset, fevers, children's complaints, and bedtime rituals. It was never just a sleep herb. It was a settling herb for the mind, the belly, and the body. Many herbalists prefer fresh flowers when possible, capturing the aromatic oils that dried material can lose over time. Why does it still matter now? Because modern sleep solutions often come with hangovers, dependence, or tolerance. Chamomile is gentler, softer, less like a hammer, more like a hand on the shoulder. One caution: people with ragweed family allergies should be careful. Still, few herbs are as beloved or as timeless as this one. Number 10 helps the body remember rest. Now seen 10 tinctures that traditional herbal medicine never. Forgot. Number 1 for immune support. Number 2 for mood. Number 3 for liver support. Number 4 for allergies. Number 5 for pain. Number 6 for skin repair. Number 7 for seasonal sickness. Number 8 for first aid. Number 9 for skin from the inside out. Number 10 for rest and calm. If this video taught you even one thing no one ever explained properly, hit the like button right now. That tells YouTube this kind of information matters. And here is the real question. Are you going to buy mass-produced tinctures made on an assembly line or learn how these remedies are traditionally made and take your own herbal knowledge seriously? Tell me in the comments, store-bought or homemade. Subscribe and hit the bell. Because in the next video we are covering 6 common weeds growing around you right now that herbalists have used for pain, inflammation, and joint support for generations. Do not miss it.